What is going on, you handsome stallions and you beautiful stallionettes? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. I uploaded a video last night showing a leak that the PlayStation 5 had been hacked in China to Cryptomine Ethereum. Now that has been somewhat debunked. I did say in the video itself that the reason that they were giving as to why it was fake is not a valid reason. But like I said in that video, the numbers just didn't add up. The hash rate that they were claiming with the PS5, which is clearly underpowered from the GPUs that people are mining with currently, were just astronomical. Alrighty guys, sharing my screen here. I have some articles pulled up here that I've made some pretty highlights on. Anytime I cover any kind of news or any articles, they are cited down there in the description below, as I always cite my sources and whatnot. So I want to read some of these here, and I also just want to not clown or rip on. You don't have to go preheat your oven. I'm not going to get to grilling or roasting any of these journalists, but I am going to point out their just lack of knowledge when it comes to crypto mining and the topic that they're covering. You know, these are professional journalists. This is their entire job, and they get paid rather handsomely from the research I've done to cover topics, and a lot of times you can tell that they just don't know what they're covering, so I'll correct them. No, the PS5 wasn't hacked to support crypto mining with an insane 99 hash rate, or mega hash per second. So I'm not going to get into too much detail with what I covered last night. I will have that linked in the description below if you want to watch that first, covering, you know, the leaks and whatnot. But they were claiming 99 mega hash a second, which would be an incredible feat considering a tuned, i.e. overclocked, AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT sits around 60 mega hash. By the way, that is not the equivalent of what's in the PS5. It's more like the last generation AMD card, the 5000 series. Now, there were several articles that I shared last night saying that this was real news. They didn't implicate that this was fake news whatsoever. But if you thought a cut down semi-custom APU, which is a GPU and a CPU together in a console, inside of a thermally limited, so heat blocked, and power limited, to keep it from overvoltage, PlayStation 5 console would totally obliterate an AMD 6800, the flagship 6900, both with their infinity cache, which the PS5 does not have at all, then you would be wrong. So again, now there's articles surfacing basically reiterating the fact that I put in place last night, which is that the PlayStation 5 does not have the horsepower, the graphical capability with the hardware on board, the components inside the box to actually be able to crypto mine at that level. Now, I am going to cover why I think crypto mining can still be a thing on the PlayStation 5, but the hash rate won't be anywhere near that. Now, this article here is pointing out that QR code at the bottom, which you had to scan with your phone, then plug it into Google Translate, and it would say on the bottom, there is no such software for entertainment value only. And then some weird laughing. And that is not reason right there to believe that it's fake, just because that's there. Because any kind of illicit crypto mining hack that's on a device that's not meant to be mined on, i.e. a licensed Sony or Microsoft product, or any kind of mining software for Apple iMacs or anything like that, would probably have a message or disclaimer like that at the bottom, because it's a nefarious, illicit, gray matter, not black matter, not black market, but gray matter software, i.e. whoever came up with the script would probably have some kind of little Easter egg message like that in there. And that's not enough of a reason for you to believe that this is fake. And then right here, I love when you read a piece of journalism where you can tell that the writer and the editor let it slip right through, and they sound so uneducated as to the topic that they're covering. So using modified PCs and gaming consoles or rigs, you don't even need a modified PC. You can use your typical home gaming PC that you already have. No custom mods or overclocking, underclocking, sideways boosting, reverse thermal inductor, whatever crazy shit they want to put in here. Doesn't need to be a modified PC. It can be just your regular gaming PC. And gaming consoles. Nope. There's no scripts that stably mine on consoles right now. Or rigs. I'm assuming when they say rigs, they're talking about ASICs. I'm assuming when they say rigs, they're talking about application-specific integrated circuits, or ASICs, which are like the Antminer, for example. Like, they're basically computers that their whole purpose, they have one purpose in life, and that is just to mine. That's all they can do. Purchased directly from mining manufacturers. But the power requirements and costs, in addition to certain risks, may deter many from doing so. Now, when they talk about certain risks, what do they mean? Like catching your house on fire or something like that? Some are using graphics cards as part of unique rigs. When they say unique rigs, you know, they don't have to be that unique. You can just do it with your gaming PC. Now, they might be talking about actual gaming. They might be talking about actual mining rigs, which are in an open chassis, an open air chassis, to make the process more fun. Making heaps of money is fun enough. There's already a few mining enthusiasts who have built portable farms in their cars. Can you imagine that? You pull up to the stoplight and you're like checking, oh, what's my hash rate right now? Like, that seems dangerous and non-productive. This article right here came out 5 hours ago. PS5 incompatible of supporting crypto mining. Now, that's not true. I do believe that the actual initial leak, that kind of software exists or is in the process of being developed right now. Most likely it probably will come out of China first and then make its way to Europe and then North America. However, it's going to be a very, very small amount of people, a very, very niche group of crypto miners that actually take advantage of those scripts to crypto mine. I do not think it is going to be mainstream mining. I think mainstream mining is going to remain to ASICs and GPU mining for the foreseeable future because that's what people know, are comfortable with. And not to mention, the PS5, realistically, the hash rate is not going to be as lucrative as these articles, the initial articles were actually saying. The PS5, realistically, not powerful enough to outpace a card that's marginally better than the console itself. And then many journalistic platforms, such as freegametips.com. I've never used them in the past for any of my sources, but they're apologizing because they put out this information. You know, when I put it out last night, I pointed out what didn't make sense, which was the hash rate. The fact that the one article at the time as of last night that was saying it was fake, the reason they were listing it as fake was that QR code you had to sign or scan and then translate. But I was saying, that's what is exactly the kind of message that illicit prototype beta mining software would say at the bottom. A lot of these script kiddies and hackers and programmers have that kind of sense of humor where they'd be like, this is just a joke. Hee ha ha ya ya ya. But it's a real software program. All of that changed since they have managed to mine Ethereum, a type of Bitcoin. That's like being like, Honda, a type of Toyota. These are two different types of cryptocurrency. Ethereum, a type of cryptocurrency is what they mean there. Now, Ethereum generally moves in conjunction with Bitcoin, but they are two completely different cryptocurrencies. They have different ideals. They have different infrastructures. They even attach to the blockchain differently. So, I honestly feel like these journalists, I get that they have to pump out a certain amount of articles to make their quota a day or they're going to get fired, them and their editor, but do a little more research before you just start getting on the keyboard and typing a journalistic article, please. Oh, somebody's getting a pizza delivered out there. Right here, bud. Bring it to daddy. So again, these articles will be down there in the description below if you want to read them in their entirety. I do encourage that you do, as there is some pretty good information in there. Now, again, I do believe that the PS5 will inevitably eventually be able to mine with, but I don't think it'll be profitable enough to where people are actually going to bring that into the mining mainstream, thus not making it a huge factor when it comes to getting a PS5. I don't think miners are going to all of a sudden stop pursuing 30 series graphics cards and 6900s from AMD and start moving over to PS5s. Now, that doesn't make it any easier to get a PS5. Again, not going to cover too much of it here, but I did cover thoroughly in the video last night, which I will have linked in the description below, why it is so hard to get a PS5. I'll touch on that real quick. Microsoft and Sony are competing with auto manufacturers who need to get silicon and PCBs for their touchscreen infotainment systems, which takes priority over somebody's video game console. So there's a lack of produced circuit boards and silicon chips. Supply was initially very, very low from Sony and Microsoft, and demand is high as we have not had a new gen console in 7.5 years, and people are stuck at home due to the pandemic, can't go out with their friends, and a lot of people can't even work from outside their house, so they're playing a lot more video games, and people that generally wouldn't even give a crap about a new console are chomping at the tidbit to get themselves a new console. Not to mention, because of this low supply, high demand, there was a opportunity that scalpers jumped at with their bots and scripts. For example, massive organizations like Crepchief Notify in the UK that have 3,500 units of PS5 optical and disc versions, which is more than the major retailers such as Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Newegg, and GameStop. And yes, that is a major issue, and that's not going anywhere, as a bill has been proposed in the UK but not passed to make scalping on a large scale of electronic consumer goods, a misdemeanor with a major fine but no jail time. I hope that comes over here to North America, because these little shrimp dick boys need a good slapping on the tuchus if they're going to keep pulling this stuff, making it really hard for the average consumer, the average gamer, to get their hands on one of these consoles. And again, not going to reiterate here, going to link you guys to the video that I made yesterday in the description below. I go over the easiest way, the most cost-effective and time-efficient way to get a PS5, Xbox, or one of the new GPUs. So the takeaway from this video is that all these articles are now saying that this is blatantly fake. I don't believe that. I'm not going to say that because I don't believe that. I do believe that these scripts will eventually be patched into PS5, into their architecture, into the APU, to where they are able to crypto mine, but I do not think it'll be nearly profitable enough in comparison to the GPU or ASIC mining for it to even be a thing, to where miners are going to start buying these in bulk and then take those out of the hands of consumers. You know, we already have the existing problems with scalpers, like I mentioned. That's going to be an issue for the foreseeable future. Don't think that miners are going to jump on PS5s as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, which I hope you do, it added a little bit of value to your evening, it was informative and entertaining for you, liking the video definitely helps it to get seen by more people, ticks the YouTube algorithm a little bit, which helps my channel grow, which I greatly appreciate. It encourages me to keep making videos, new content for you guys. Subscribe to show what a bucking stallion in the stable you are, or a fine stallionette as well. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted when new videos come online, as I do post a lot of content around getting you set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as news around the gaming community and industry. A lot of honest product reviews as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.